Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. So today's video is going to be 5 productivity hacks to get a little bit more time back into your day. So if you're interested in seeing how I keep myself productive with these 5 tips, then keep on watching. So if you're new here, my name is Jessie, my husband's name is Benjamin, and we do videos all about wellness. So financial wellness, lifestyle wellness, health and wellness, mental wellness, and I really think that things like productivity and really taking back control of your life and of your day are super important. So with that, I am going to take you through 5 things that I do that really help me stay productive. I consider myself a pretty productive person, but I'm also not the type of person that's gonna be effing crazy about things either. These are just some tips that really keep me going. So without further ado, let's go with tip number 1. My first tip is if something takes less than 30 seconds, do it now. So this might seem like obvious, but I bet any money that y'all, when you walk into the house at the end of the night when you're feeling super tired and you take off your coat or you throw your keys or you walk past your boots and you leave them out. I know it's something that I do all the time. And I just am like, I'll do this later, I'll do this later, I'll do this later. And then later comes, and instead of something that takes me 20 seconds to put away, it now takes me over an hour to clean my whole house. So this is a productivity hack that I read in a book somewhere, and it just totally blew my mind, and I didn't realize what I was doing. So for me, I said 30 seconds for you, but for me, it's if it takes less than a minute, I do it right now. So an example would be when I am getting undressed at the end of the night and I, put my clothes in the hamper. I rewear my leggings a lot because I don't really do anything. So for me, hanging my leggings back up, or if I'm gonna rewear a sweater that I only wore for a little bit, hanging that back up versus just throwing it on the top of my dresser because I'm tired and I just want to go to bed. Another thing would be when I get home from work and I put my lunch bag next to the dishwasher, I try as much as I can to take everything out of my lunch bag, put what's not dishwasher safe into the sink, and then put what is dishwasher safe into the dishwasher, put away my lunch bag. It takes 30 seconds, and it's not something that I then have to do later when I have to repack that lunch bag. So it sounds super obvious, but once you start paying attention to things, you'll be like, oh wow, I was just gonna throw that there. And I think that it's really important not to do that. Another thing that I do is say I'm planning to come, I live in a split level home, so we technically have 4 levels, but they're not all a whole floor. We don't have this huge mansion or anything. But when I come in on what would be the main level, because we have a basement, and I know that I'm gonna walk upstairs with my boots, and as I'm going to walk upstairs, I see that I have, say some books out that I wanna put on my bookshelf, I'll take those with me, or something else that I can grab as I'm going, so that it's not something that I'm just having to do later. It's just trying to be productive in those minutes. If you're already going upstairs, bring anything you see with you around you to go and put it upstairs too. So that is my first productivity hack. My second productivity hack is, while your coffee is brewing, tidy up your space. So coffee, tea, whatever you drink in the morning, if you don't drink any of these things, then just take some time to tidy up. But I don't know about you, when I have a messy space, it totally causes me a ton of anxiety. So for me in the morning, I make my coffee via a French press. So I have to heat up my water, which I do in a little electric water kettle thing, and then my coffee has to sit in the French press for 4 to 5 minutes. So I'll set a timer, and within that 4 minutes, I'll tidy up the kitchen, because our kitchen is always dirty. We work from home most of the time, and we're always in the kitchen making stuff. So if I can put away dishes, do a few dishes, pick up a few things, put the air fryer away, something like that, I try to do that while my coffee is brewing. Or I'll pick up little things around the house, and then once the timer goes off, it's amazing how much you can do in a 4 to 5 minute period when you put your mind to it. And I think that it's just a quick way to like pick up little things around you in a space where you would probably just be standing there scrolling your phone or staring mindlessly at the coffee because you're half asleep. So instead of doing that, pick up a few things, put away some dishes, and look at all that you've achieved while your coffee is brewing. You are Superwoman or Superman. Hack number 3. This is something that I really love, but I use and live by Google Tasks. So if you are someone that uses a Google Calendar, use Google Tasks because it's all within your calendar at all times. You can see what all you need to do and you can use that to your benefit. So for me, I like checking things off. So I'll put very small things in there, like put away laundry, or if I need to like shower and wash my hair, which I need to do today, I'll put that in there so I can always like check something off, and then I'll clear out my tasks at the end of the week. But for me, having like a written task list is wonderful, but I lose it or I'll forget about something, versus I'm always on my computer. I work a computer job, so I can always, if I have a minute, look at my task list and see if there's something that I can do quickly. So if Google Tasks doesn't work for you, find some sort of like to-do list app. If you really want to write it down, do whatever works for you. I just personally prefer being able to look at my tasks when I'm on the train, when I'm at work, when I'm at home. It's the same reason that I have my Google Sheets budget on my computer, because I can open it at any time. That's the way I like it. But having a task list, even if you're only putting 2 or 3 main tasks on there a day, can be so helpful and can just keep you in the loop so you don't forget like the small little meaningless tasks, you know? Number 4, going back to the Google Calendar or whatever calendar you use, time blocking or calendar blocking, whatever you want to call it. It's something that I really love to do. I work 40 hours a week, but I'll still time block that out. So I'll time block out some time in the morning, and then I'll also time block out some time for work. So I'll actually show you quickly how I do that. As you can see, here is my calendar for this upcoming week. These are all my tasks. I'm crazy with tasks, so don't do this, but I like to put like literally like wash hair, that kind of stuff in there. And then all of my calendar is color coordinated. So if you'd ever like me to go through like my whole calendar, explaining how I do it, let me know. But for now, I'm just going to show you how I time block. So this is what my days look like. I have my morning routine. This day I'm working remote, so I have that I work 9 to 5. I block out some time for a lunch and reflection time or recharge time, and then anything else that I have going on. So I'm going to film my after work routine this day. I actually don't have to commute that day, so I'm going to delete that. I want to get in a small workout. I have a Zoom chat with some girls that I know. I have some business time, and then I also have my night routine in here. So I do that kind of everywhere. I have my podcasts in here, therapy. I put in my commute. This purple is a shared calendar between Ben and I, so this is like when he needs to pick me up. I also put my podcast interviews in there so he can see when he needs to be quiet. So that is how I do my calendar, and it is really helpful for me. Again, if you'd ever like to see me go through like how I even set up time blocking, I can do a whole video on that, but let me know that down in the comments. But last but not least, let's go to productivity hack number 5, which is do similar tasks together. So if you are someone that is starting a business or just wants to do things that kind of get your creative mind running, my biggest tip that I can give you is to do those tasks with each other. So if you're gonna have a day where you're like working all day and then you come home and you want to be creative and your brain's just not firing, that's probably not going to work that well. If you have some time, say on a Saturday, where you can wake up slowly, you can do your morning routine, you can read a little bit, and then you can do all of your creative work together, that's so helpful. So like for me, for example, this is Sunday. I am filming 3 videos back to back, actually. You'll see, because I'll be wearing the same exact thing. And then I'm going to edit them. I'm going to edit a podcast, and I'm also going to write Instagram content for the week. So I'm doing all of my creative content batching all at one time together instead of doing all of this plus doing like admin type stuff as well. And then once I finish all of this stuff, tonight Benjamin and I have just started where we will clean the house together and we will meal prep for the week. So instead of doing like filming and then going into meal prep and then going into editing and then going into cleaning my house, I would not get anything done that way. I am a very creative person, so when I'm being creative though, I need to be very specific about when I'm being creative. So it's not only like time blocking that time for you, but blocking it in a way that makes sense. Don't just block time saying like business time and then do calls and admin and all that kind of stuff. Even if that's all that, say that you only have time, you have 2 hours on a Saturday to get all that stuff done. For the first hour, spend it doing admin tasks, spend it, putting in your task list, scheduling things out, responding to emails, anything like that. And then the next hour, do any creative work or vice versa, whichever works for you. But just try to do like with like. So don't go from trying to be super in one side of your brain to then the other side of your brain, because at least for me, they don't always want to work together. So this is a way that I like keep myself in a productive form and a productive route, I guess, while still being able to be creative in that space, if that makes sense. So I hope that you enjoyed these 5 random productivity hacks. If you did, leave me a comment down below so I know that I can do more videos like this. But I am going to go continue the rest of my day and get a bunch of creative stuff done because I'm feeling productive today. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.